Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a 6-month review of my experience with WaniKani. If you are interested in learning kanji, I highly recommend using WaniKani. You get the first 3 levels free, so you can at least try it out to see if it's for you. So let's get started and see where we're at. Okay, so you see on this first screen, I'm level 18. It goes up to level 60. Roughly each level takes me it could be between 8 and 12 days. Depends on the material in that level, and it also depends on just how I'm feeling that week. There are radicals, kanji, and then vocab to actually help you remember the kanji for every level. You'll see these 5 categories: apprentice, guru, master, enlightened, and then burned is when it's an SRS system, so the card is burned, you're just not going to see it anymore. And it's been, so you can see I started November 12th. I actually haven't quite hit 6 months yet, and I have yet to burn anything. So on the 12th, I'll hit my 6 months, and I think I actually will burn items this month, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, so radicals are just parts of the kanji that help you remember the kanji. The kanji is just the symbol itself, and then there's vocab that goes along with every kanji to help you remember it, and like different meanings, different vocab. But what I will say about WaniKani is you need another application, whether it's Anki, whether it's anything, for learning vocab, because this application is great for learning kanji, but when it comes to vocab, the vocab you learn is great for like learning the kanji, memorizing the kanji. If you read it, you'll recognize it, but as far as normal conversations, it's not always vocab that you're going to be using. So I highly recommend getting something else. It doesn't matter what it is, just something else. I really haven't learned much vocab outside of this. I mostly learn my vocab when I'm reading, and with a dictionary, I look it up. That's how I've been doing it, but I do see myself getting another application down the road to help supplement that need. There are lessons and then the reviews. It's like any other SRS system if you've ever used Anki or anything like that. So you'll get 5 new lessons at a time. You can change this. And then personally, I made the maximum recommended daily lessons. I put it at max. I want to get through it as quick as I can, but I slow down if I get to the point that I just have too many lessons and reviews. I'll make sure I catch up on my reviews first. So I will say the desktop is much more useful than doing it on your phone, because you have, for instance, up here, levels. It shows you can go to the specific level and look at all of the specifics, the readings, the definitions. They have dictionaries, the radicals 1 through 60, kanji 1 through 60. It's just laid out a lot cleaner. So up to this point, I've been introduced to a little over 600 kanji and around 2,000 vocab. From level 1 to level 10, I really couldn't see myself doing anything. I would try and read. I started with Satori Reader, and I was getting nowhere. The grammar was too complicated. And that's when I started using NHK Easy News, the Easy Japanese News website. Between 10 through 18, I've noticed that I'm able to read a majority of the kanji, but there's still quite a few that I'm still missing. The goal is to get through the Joyo kanji, the roughly 2,100 kanji. So I am going to try and see WaniKani through, because you learn the majority of the Joyo kanji. To wrap everything up, I have seen incredible improvement in my kanji abilities. Every application that I have tried, this has been the only one that I have been able to stick to. Keep in mind, I'm not wanting to learn how to write the kanji. I'm only interested in being able to see it on a page and know what I'm reading, and know the meanings, and know the onyomi and kunyomi readings for that kanji. So keep that in mind. If learning to write the kanji is something you want to do, WaniKani might be for you still, but there are other applications where you can learn to write. And you might even be able to in this application. I haven't explored it. If you have an iPhone, One thing to keep in mind is there is not a dedicated app for WaniKani. So I'll show it right here, the app that you need. And you can just connect it, and then it's easy to do. Because personally, I use the app. I don't really ever do this on my desktop. But this cannot be your only source of review of study. If I did nothing else, by the time I got to level 60, I still really wouldn't know what's going on in sentences without grammar. It's my update for myself. I highly recommend this. If you have any questions in the comments, let me know. I think that WaniKani will probably take me at least another year to finish. At this point, we are 18 of 60, but we will see. I'm noticing my comprehension is getting better. So for me, it is working.